Welcome to the late night version of the baseball podcast.
The late night version.
We're both not going to be the quietest or the loudest today, sorry, because
Yeah,
most of the house is asleep and
yeah.
don't want to wake up your tenants. That's probably not good.
Thanksgiving time too. So
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
yes,
Hope you
absolutely.
enjoyed or is going
Canadian,
to
of
enjoy.
course.
Yes,
Canadian Thanksgiving. Yes,
the real Thanksgiving dinner before dessert, Thanksgiving before Halloween, right?
absolutely. Makes the most sense.
So last week we recorded this and there was what 2 series left, 3 series left when we were still because
We were in the middle of one.
yeah the Nats still hadn't finished, the Rays hadn't finished,
Yep.
and the Cardinals hadn't finished either. So three out of the four weren't done, but they are now, and well, one of them was
They're done.
one of them we were way off on. We'll get to that in a bit, but
Uh,
one of them was a lot of fun if you're not a Dodgers fan.
were they not all a lot of fun though?
Oh, they were all a lot of fun.
Yeah, but
I mean,
no, I get what you're saying.
yeah, the one was typical Dodgers fashion, if you ask me.
Yeah, just like 3 rounds earlier now, or
Yeah,
2 rounds earlier. Sorry.
you throw in Clayton Kershaw to save the day, and nope. But fuck, the Nats look good coming out of that series.
Dude, they just are. They're hitting so well, and every time that Soto gets up there, he just, oh my gosh, he's like, I'm gonna hit everything. I want this.
Yeah,
This is my moment.
yeah. This 22, 21, 20-year-old. He's 20,
Yep.
isn't he?
Yep.
20-year-old kid is just like, yep, I own this league. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Harper who?
Yeah, don't need him.
Yeah. No.
Rendon looks great.
Oh man.
You're getting contributions from guys that should not be contributing for you.
Yeah.
Like, it's nuts. And then to
There's-
top it all off, you get this rotation that consists of Scherzer, Strasburg, and you're like, yes, Patrick
Oh,
Corbin.
dude.
And
Oh
Patrick
yeah, as a reliever.
yeah, Patrick Corbin doesn't even matter in this rotation because you have Anibal Sanchez going out there and throwing 7 2/3 no hit.
In his recent start, absolutely. And then in the time before that too, he had 9 Ks over 5 innings, and it was like,
oh,
okay,
like
that's a nice 1, 2, 3.
you might as well just throw Corbin in the pen because you really don't need him at this point.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah.
So, and then they started this next series already, and they're making the Cardinals look like a little league team.
I mean, they're just kind of, I think, exposing the Cardinals for what they
Yeah.
really were,
Yeah.
and that's just like a pretty good baseball team, but not deep enough to mess with like these serious.
You can't hang
teams.
with the big boys.
No, I just think it's such a good story for Washington to, you know what I mean? You don't get your big star back.
Bryce
you
walks and you do better.
walks. And like you offered him, didn't they offer him like roughly the same money?
I think it was a little less that they offered him.
Okay, but like,
But I think it was less years too.
yeah, but you've been there for how
Yeah.
long?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love the story. I would love to see.
As much as I love Bryce, I would also love to see the Nats win because I think that's just hilarious. Like, you walked away from this team to try and win a championship, and look at that.
They win a championship.
Yeah, like, great, you got your money, buddy.
And Max Scherzer finally just cementing himself. Absolutely, that right there.
That guy's so dominant, man.
Oh,
like,
goodness.
out there.
How do you feel? Like, how do you think the batters feel when they get in the box, and you know that you're going to see him for
him and his two-colored eyes.
God knows how many innings.
Yeah.
You never know.
He's probably going at least 7 because he doesn't actually have a pitch count limit. He's just going to keep on throwing.
Yeah, he's just going to tell you when he's done.
Yep.
And
he manages the team. So
absolutely. Strasburg's finally, I think, being the pitcher that everyone saw when he was that young, that really young kid. Like when he was, I think it was he was 20 years old when he first came in the league.
Yeah. Back in the day.
He was so young and had so much hype.
The grossest pitching prospect of all time. And he came up but he kept getting hurt.
Yep.
That was huge. Like, he couldn't stay healthy, and then he never really put it together, and then now he's staying healthy and he's humming.
Oh my goodness.
And
he's just
dominant.
The back and throwing it.
Let it ride. It's nuts. Like, to have those two at the front of your rotation, like, and then you get Anibal pitching the way they are, like, that's a dangerous team, man. Like,
and then, like you said earlier, they're getting contributions. I think Yan Gomes last game, like, he hit unreal, and like he doesn't even usually catch for Sanchez. I'm pretty sure is what I heard.
No.
No, like he's not usually there. He's usually only for like Corbin, right? Because they have Kurt Suzuki, who's a little better of a hitter in that sense, right? So
yeah,
I just think that like when you get that kind of contribution from them, and like you said, Rendon is just, I think that he's gonna just, I think he might win MVP.
Yeah,
Because
it's
he's just,
gross,
oh
man.
my goodness, he every
Just
time
gross. Every part of his
time
game.
yeah. Oh yeah,
It's
and he
just
just
like,
he just does it so calmly too.
yeah.
He's never
He's
upset.
so boring. We
Yeah,
talked about this on the other podcast. He's just so boring. Like he doesn't.
yeah, and I
There's
think
nothing
that
to him.
their speed,
Yeah.
honestly, like I think
Oh
it
man.
puts fears in his. It's like the cards definitely right,
Yeah.
like their ability to just to run around the bags kind of at free will.
Mhm. Well, Trey Turner scored from first on
Right.
that on their 2 runs in the 8th last game.
Right, dude.
He was on first.
Yeah, he
No
just
problem.
knows.
Thanks.
As soon as it's hit, he's like, all right, home.
Yep, exactly. You know he's making it.
I'm on a bag. Oh yeah, okay,
Fucking sweet
that's home.
team. I'm
Yeah,
straight home. Thanks. I don't need these other 2.
no,
It's just
there's no one in front of me.
I'm home. Thank you. Later. The one thing that does concern me with this team is their bullpen. It's not
Okay.
the prettiest. Like,
But when you have Daniel Hudson being able to not like coming into your save guy,
yeah,
and he wasn't all year. And yes, like Doolittle, he's still struggling a little bit. He's given up like at least a run or so. Okay, but
yeah, he's still Sean Doolittle, but
yeah, absolutely.
you still have Sean Doolittle. You have Fernando Rodney there too, and it's like,
see, I didn't even think about Fernando Rodney.
There's some names, but like they're not the most solid right now.
Think of sorry, who closed down game
1?
No, game 2. Sorry, not closed it down, but set up.
It was Doolittle Corbin's what they did.
Right, because Corbin came out.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
but
like
if Corbin's there and Corbin can give you more than like he only gave them
a third.
Yeah, a third of an inning pitch. That's it.
Yeah.
So if he can be that guy to give you an inning or 2 innings.
Yeah. But I'd rather have Corbin in the rotation giving me 6 or 7 innings.
Right, but if you need Scherzer, Strasburg 1-2, and Sanchez has just been lights out right now.
Yeah.
Then
but it's really hard to win with a 3-man rotation.
But that seems to be the common theme here is just as soon as it goes, yeah. Because like I wonder who's starting for Game 3. Have they said yet?
I don't know. Well, it's got to be Strauss, right? Strauss is probably healthy enough.
Okay, so then that's back. So
you've got a good-looking starter on the mound. You have a really good chance to win that game. Yeah, it's Strasburg and Jack Flaherty.
Right. Okay.
That'll be a good matchup.
And then the day after that would be.
And then
Patrick Corbin's expected.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're back to Corbin. So then, like, if Sanchez, I guess, Sanchez did just go.
Yeah, you don't want
100 and some odd pitches.
In how many days ago was that? Yesterday, so it'll be 1, 2, 3 days. 3 days to rest.
No, I understand that.
That's tough. That's tough for anybody.
So Patrick Corbin will probably come in for if he's needed for maybe an inning.
Yep.
If that.
Yep.
Because he's gonna pitch them. You may not even see him.
No.
They probably won't even need him. That's what I'm saying. They're just. I think they're gonna blow through the cards. Cards may steal a win.
Yeah, then you're rested up, but depending on how this Houston series goes.
Yeah.
They currently have Jay Happ warming up in the pen. Sabathia just got off the mound.
Oh my goodness, this is still going.
Yeah, it's in the bottom of the 10th right now.
That's crazy. Altuve's up to bat.
Yeah, that's why would you? Why would you not let Sabathia go a few more? I guess he could be used as their lefty guy. Because he only went 1 out and then they yanked him.
I don't know.
Kind of weird.
Well, why don't we talk about that series then?
You want to get to that one right away?
Yeah, why not? Right there.
Okay, cool. The Yankees, I think, are going to win the World Series. You don't agree?
No.
I think they just, man, their rotation's been like even today. So like James Paxton had a meh start, and he was at like 56 pitches in the 3rd. He'd already given up a run. He walked a guy, I think it was, or gave up a single. And Aaron Boone's like, "Yep, fuck it, bullpen, here we go." And I'm like, if you have the ability to do that in the 3rd inning, I'm like, oh my.
They do, but it's the Houston Astros.
Yeah, I get that.
I just think their ability to hit clutch.
They have 2 runs in the first 2 games combined so far. And depending on
Right.
how this ends.
Game 1 was a little bit of a shock, no doubt. Yankees are going to
I,
do that.
I wasn't that shocked though, man. Like they ran out. Was
I
it
think Game
Severino?
1 was a shock because it was 7-0. Like I expected it to be like a high scoring game. I'm expecting all of them to be high scoring games.
I don't
But
know if I am. Because if you can get a decent start out of your starter, if you're the
well, I guess
Yankees,
this one isn't high. No, but they just like the Yankees hit balls.
sure. But like, oh, it's Tanaka. It wasn't even okay. So
No,
Tanaka
Tanaka,
goes out
yeah,
there,
dude, Tanaka pitched a
shuts
gem.
shuts it down for 6.
Right.
If you get a starter to shut it down for at least 5, that bullpen's gonna easily dominate the rest of that game. Easily. The only other run they gave up today was on Ottavino because he left one hanging and who was
Yeah.
it hit it? I forget who hit it, but they launched one over the left field wall.
Okay, so
That's the only other time where it's been like, oh my God, the Astros have a chance. Other than that, it's just been lights out.
okay, but it's Severino and Cole tomorrow. Like that is
So
going to
yeah,
be a pitcher's duel.
it was a pitcher's duel against the like Cole is really good.
Really, really
And
good.
I think the fact that he went up against the Rays is kind of helping him his like recency bias and the fact that like yeah he struck out
But
a lot of Rays hitters,
I think
but
that's going to give you confidence going into it.
sure,
And
but
I just
but you're not facing the Rays anymore. You're facing guys like
no,
Judge
I
and
completely understand.
Sanchez and Didi and Gleyber Torres, who's red
Right.
hot, and a bench that I think has Luke Voigt on it. If I'm not
No,
wrong,
no,
no,
left off the roster.
is he?
CC Sabathia and
Oh,
Aaron Hicks, I believe, are the two that replaced Luke
Hicks is
Voigt.
back.
Yeah,
Oh
or at
shit.
least on the roster.
Huh.
Yeah, your boy did not make it.
Wow, what a heartbreak. Well, then your bench has Aaron Hicks, and your bench has,
Okay,
or you
Aaron
have
Hicks,
Eddie
who
Zucker
hasn't
out there.
played in how long? And
You still, he's on your bench. You have Edwin there. You have so
I
many
mean,
names. It's like this isn't the Rays where your best hitter is what G-Man Choi.
well,
Like who else? Who else you want to give it to? Like
uh, Austin
Brandon.
Meadows,
Austin. Okay, sure. Austin Meadows, who probably wouldn't make the Yankees this year.
one of the Lows or Lows, whichever.
The Laulos.
Lao
Like
Lows.
like this team can hit, man. And like yeah, Garrett Cole's still gonna be really good, but you can't expect them to shut them out the entire game.
No, but can you really expect? I don't really expect the Yankees to shut them out the entire game either, though. There's really talented hitters on both sides, is all I'm
It's
saying. In that,
for me, it's a lot easier for a bullpen arm to go down there and shut out one inning. You get 3 batters and they're gonna be dominant for that inning. Then you're going someone new the next inning, so you haven't seen this guy, and
you don't trust
you're never gonna see someone twice.
the Astros bullpen.
I not as much as I do the Yankees,
Okay,
right? Like it's just there's just so many more arms in that bullpen. It's just like you're
I don't
never
know.
gonna see. It's like you could run Severino out for 3 innings if you really wanted to, and then use the bullpen for the rest of it, with like they've done here, and you're never gonna see the same pitcher twice in a game. You're getting a different arm every time you're up there. You're getting a different look. It's going to be different speeds. It's going to be different pitches. It's going to be a different arm slot. You're going to have sometimes when your pitcher's up there throwing 104 at you because he can. Like it's
Right,
just there's
but
so many options.
hard thrown balls get hit hard
Sure,
if caught.
sure. If you get a hold of it,
Right, they
it's
have they just have really. I don't know.
I just
I
I
like the lineup they put out there. I think they have hitters who have been known to hit in clutch situations
yeah.
at moments, and like isn't Stanton's out right
Stanton's
now? Is
hurt.
he not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got
right.
a
Okay,
groin or
right.
groin or quad, one of the two.
Okay, so now, so Edwin's playing. Is Edwin not playing a base now or no? Is he?
Uh,
What does that
uh,
do to?
Oh, I didn't even mention DJ LeMahieu for fuck's sake.
Right, I was gonna say
The
at the
guy who
top.
was like, yeah, one of the best hitters in the league this year.
Okay,
Like,
but
yeah,
Edwin's over 4 right now. Brett Gardner, Jerry Sanchez, like tonight, they're not.
tonight,
I don't. They're just. I don't like. I agree that the pitching is absolutely is
bonkers,
standout. Yes,
bonkers.
for real.
Okay,
But this right now is a league. If this year's taught me anything, it's that the hitters are going to hit and
and the
pitchers.
Yankees have the hitters too, though, man. Like, it's not
Right.
like they're throwing out
I'm
scrubs.
not saying that they don't.
They ha-
Absolutely. But I'm
they
saying
have
that
they have the
they're
better
more
hitters
like
this season too.
they're more likely. I think they're more likely to regress and fall back this time. I think that Houston has a lot of momentum,
I
and
don't know, man. I
they
think
just
the
have
Yankees are more fresh. The Astros have already played a lot of postseason ball because they went to Game 5 and the Yankees swept.
right. But that's what these guys are here for. I think
Sure,
that if you're the Astros, you're training for a
sure, but
full season,
it
which
still gives the Yankees the leg up to me.
I guess we'll find out.
I
But
mean, yeah, they took Game 1. They're sitting
they
2-2
really
still in
took game
the
one,
10th.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, man. It's a long series too, so you need a lot of guys to be able to do it. We'll see.
I don't know.
Um,
I just yeah. Fair.
Going back to last round
Yeah, fair,
because
fair.
we made some takes on the last round
Ooh,
because we
yeah.
were still in the middle of it, and
Well, I picked my World Series winner, and they are now sitting pretty at
they
home.
did not look good either.
So yeah, go Nats.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my, were we ever wrong on the Braves?
Yeah, I'd like.
Oh,
I don't even know what really.
I don't know what
I mean, I
happened.
do know
They
that
don't
pitching
they don't know
pitching
what
happened.
happened. But
Pitching
like
kind of happened.
it's
Really,
wild.
just
Like they couldn't get anyone out. Like you throw out Foltynewicz, he was horrible. He walked 3 guys. He gave up 2 hits, I think it was. He
yeah,
got one out, and they're like, okay, next Max Fried comes in, can't get anyone out. It's like, what the fuck do we do now?
yeah. Wasn't it like 10-0 after the first
After
inning?
the first, it was 13 after 3.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we
It's
doing
like,
here? Is there no
what?
little league? There's no little league mercy rule, I guess. There, you can't
There's,
just.
they probably should have created one just for that game because, oh,
That
just
was
a
that.
mess.
Yeah, I remember they looked out of it.
Hmm.
Like they were just like, oh, okay. Well,
Just like, well,
can we catch the earlier flight? Is there?
you guys just want to pack this up?
Well,
I don't want to
they
get
were
hurt.
home, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it
they
was
were just.
oh, it was in Atlanta. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
Okay. That's brutal. Plus, you're going up against Jack Flaherty, who's their
see,
best pitcher, and it's
I
like,
didn't
well,
even I didn't even think that the Braves are the better team there. They were the
no,
one like oh
no,
shit.
they look like they came in as a wild card team,
Yeah,
and
it just I don't know. They looked so good.
yeah, the lineup's so nice too. Like, there's so many names. You're like, these guys can hit. They're deep. I like
Yes.
it. They play good
Especially
defense.
like
They
yeah.
played shit defense that game too. That was the craziest thing. They looked like
Oh my
shit
goodness.
defensively.
How many errors? They
They
had
had a
two errors.
Yeah,
Throughout the,
they had a pass ball that on a strikeout that led
hmm
to the 10th run of the inning, but like just stupid defensive miscues that they haven't been
Freeman,
doing.
Freeman and Albies, who like usually
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
yeah.
those are surefire guys.
You
Like
just really don't hear that.
Albies, I think he made I think it was 4 errors.
Oh
He had before the playoffs. He hadn't made one since in the last like 2.5 months or something,
yeah.
and he had two in the playoffs. He had one in that game. It's like, oh, buddy.
Oh dude, Foltynewicz in only a third of an inning, 7 runs,
7 runs, 6 earned.
6 earned.
No Ks, 3 hits, 3 walks. Oof.
Freed. I'm gonna
Oof.
follow it up with a
Inning
an
and
inning
two
and two
thirds.
thirds, 4 runs, 4 earned,
Mm.
2 strikeouts. Solid.
Luke Jackson, 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 runs, 1 earned. Like, ouch, man. Like, that's
You know
just
what though? Sean Newcomb came in and shut it
shut
down.
it down. So did Josh Tomlin. I didn't even know Tomlin was there. They literally they had to go to Tehran because they ran out of arms. They're like,
They
go,
should have just gone to like the
go.
bat boy. Hey
Just
bud, here's a jersey. Just get in there. Can we put
You
him in
can't
there?
be any worse. We're not going to lose any more than we already are.
Sign
We've
him to a
already lost.
sign him
Go
to a
ahead.
one inning contract. Here you go. This is yours.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man,
that was not a
that's
good,
rough.
not good.
I mean, the good thing is that they're super young.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
all of
they'll
their
be back. I mean, JD's a
Donaldson.
free agent.
No, I believe he has a player deal though,
But he's an option.
or an option. Yeah, so a
Yeah.
player option or a team option maybe.
Okay, so he might be back.
I think he will be.
Okay.
I think
Um.
he's kind of because I don't think it's a bad
it-
number. I think what
yeah.
17 and a bit. The
His?
qualifying offer is it
Oh. Dude, he
12 or is
made
that
like I'm pretty
yeah,
sure he
sorry.
made like 26 and
I
a
don't
half
know.
mil this year.
Sorry, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure he made over 26 million.
Okay. Probably won't be
So,
that.
like, I mean, he was worth it this year. They signed a 1 year, $23 million contract. So I wasn't.
Right. But I
100%
think
on
he's
him.
got a. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have an option.
Would you pay him another 23 million? I don't know if
I
it's a
mean,
player option. I don't think he takes it.
dude, you got like the best.
Oh, he doesn't have
Like,
an option. He's just straight up UFA.
I thought he had an option.
Oh, straight up UFA.
My apologies.
Yeah. So
I mean,
you're
I still
losing
think
JD. You're losing JD, and he's probably going to want a longer term deal just so he has a little more stability.
I'd still bring him back though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against
I
it.
think that Anthopoulos has always gotten the best out of JD.
Yeah.
So why not keep that, and why not keep this system?
Yeah, it works. I mean, they'll be a good team regardless. They got to iron their pitching staff out a little bit because it was kind of shaky.
Okay, but you can do that in the off
But
season, and
yeah,
especially with the success you've had and how young
yeah,
you are, and how like
yeah.
and
Full,
players that have bought into it, like yeah. And Freddie
yeah.
Freeman's just a peach. I love that.
Just a sweet guy.
The Canadian rep.
Good old half Canadian. You
The
gotta love
fucking
him.
yeah. Oh, I do. Way to represent the nation by yourself.
But like, they've got Foltynewicz, who's like he's shown that he can be dominant at times. Like his first start in the playoffs was
Yeah,
incredible.
but he really
And
showed that here.
yeah, didn't hold on to it. You've got Mike Soroka, who's gross, and I
Yeah.
don't understand why they didn't go back to him, or why they didn't start him game one, or a lot of things in that I think they just straight up fucked up. Didn't make a lot of sense to me. Like I know Folty can pitch, but like Soroka's your guy.
You're kind of just trusting in it though. But then
Yeah.
to go to Freed afterwards, especially to give up like
Mm-hmm.
seven runs, like to get to 7 runs, 6 earned, like you get that's how much string you have in a final game.
You mismanaged that game, and
Yeah, absolutely.
you paid for it.
But
I think they just got shocked. Like they just started getting hit hard, and they're like, "What the hell's going on?" And just decided not to do anything because they're like, "This can't be happening, right?" Like
we can come back from this.
We're dreaming. Like this didn't actually happen.
And then it just kept getting worse.
Yeah, and then by the time they did something about it, it was too late.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But moral of the story is we were very wrong.
Oh, we were very wrong.
But you live and you learn.
But we were not as wrong about the Rays series. Because like coming into last week when we did the podcast, they won that game to force game 4, right? Or yeah, again it was Verlander and Cole that they had to face, and we're like, well, even if you get one of them, you're not going to get the other. So yeah, they got Verlander,
but they did not get Cole.
They did not get Cole. Cole was just so dominant in that series.
I don't even think they sniffed Cole.
No, they never had a chance of beating Garrett Cole. And honestly, they can thank Tyler Glasnow for not even being in that game. Because I don't know if you've seen it, but Tyler Glasnow was tipping every one of his pitches.
Right. So, I think I watched a little bit of that. Where his glove location was.
Yeah. So it was like anything above the letters when he was holding his glove was a fastball, and anything below the letters was going to be a breaking ball. So there's a sequence in the first where you watch, I think it was Altuve and then Bregman, and you could see Altuve notices that he's throwing a curveball, and he just literally just stands there and lets it go. He's like, "That's not my pitch," and then he hammers a fastball, ambushes it. Right, Bregman comes up, he throws a curveball. You could tell his hands are where they were for the curveball. Throws the curveball. Bregman literally drops his bat in one hand and stands there and lets it go. It's like shit. Thanks, Tyler. So, I mean, like, no, he didn't give up a ton of runs, but, like, he put them in that spot where you're like, fuck. They scored 4 in the first or whatever it was, and you're like, man, we're already this far behind against a guy that's dominating us on the mound.
Oh, my goodness. Against probably the most dominant pitcher right now.
Yep. It's like, your heart's broken at that point, because what do you do? Like, you're not putting up 4 against Garrett Cole, and that's the mindset you have now.
And you're on the road. Yeah, as well, like you're in Houston, so no, that's pretty much that was game over as soon as that. No, I saw a little bit of that. I saw that mentioned, but I didn't read fully into it. That's really funny though that he
it's really funny if you see the video, because like you see these guys just like, because Altuve does it and he goes looks at the bench, he goes, yeah, still on. It's like it's like shit.
He's still doing it.
But like
that's something you iron out though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, if you're Tyler Glasnow, they knew it in game 1. Like, they knew he was tipping it. And I knew, and I'm a fan. If you're a part of the game, you know that you're tipping it. Someone had to have been like, "Hey, man, this got pointed out." Like, it's on you, and it's on your coaches at that point to be like, "Hey, dude, like, listen, this is what you're doing. Stop." Because
Maybe if you talked about it though, maybe he never could adjust, and then he
so
got
then
missed
it's on him. But
and
like,
he couldn't do it. But that's where it is though, right? It's like, do you go at a pitcher at that point and say, hey, by the way, something that you've been doing, like something that now you're obviously comfortable with, is
but
tipping them off, and then now you're gonna mess with them though, right? The same kind of
yeah,
thing as like a golf swing. If someone comes in
I
and says,
know,
hey,
I
your
know.
golf swing's pretty good, but like this is how you should do it, then you
You
so think
never
about that
fell
one thing,
victim to
right?
that, eh?
No, never did. My golf game is
Yeah.
pure.
Like, I get it, but like, I would rather run the risk of being like, well, you know what? He might be worse because of this, but at least they won't know what's coming. If there's a chance that he's the same pitcher. He's just he
And you
fixes
don't have that matchup then.
fine, but like
He's
right now,
yeah.
you know he's gonna get lit up because they know what's coming. If I as a major league hitter, if you know a 90, even if he's throwing
Yeah,
100,
but
if you
did anybody past Bregman notice it then? Like or does
everyone
he
knows,
not? Okay,
everyone
so
knows.
how long was he left in the game for? That side, I didn't see that.
I think he got pulled in the third, fourth. I know he got lit up early, and then I forget what happened after the fact. I'm taking my sweet ass time to look this up because it's
Okay,
slow.
but like I
There,
guess in the sense that like if
two
you
and
look
two
at it,
thirds. So he got pulled in the third. He didn't even
okay,
make it
so
to
if
the
you look
third.
at it though, like if you have Chapman coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and Chapman is pretty much like always gonna throw a fastball, so like his pitch is already pretty much tipped off.
Right, but he's also got the slider, so you can't sit on that
Right,
fastball.
which how is this sliding? Every time I watch him, he never locates.
It's pretty
I know
gross,
it's
but
pretty
it's
gross, but
there regardless of whether he locates it or not. It's there, and
right.
you have to respect it because you
Okay,
can't just sit fastball.
so then what if though you tell this kid, hey, by the way, this is something you do that you're tipping off your pitches.
Mm-hmm.
When he comes in, you go try to do it maybe once ever in a while, but then also mix in that it's not the same.
So you want to switch it up so that it's like
Absolutely. So then
maybe
you're
down here
giving
you're throwing a
them, yeah.
fastball a
So
couple
then you're
times.
giving them the other team, like you're like, okay, they picked up on it. Now
Mm-hmm.
we're going to use that. If that's their giveaway and they are
Sure,
always sitting on
sure,
that, then you go, okay, I'm
sure.
going to go like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm just going to throw, and then it's off, right?
Get
You
a
need to
two
do that. I
strike
think
pitch and make it look
you
like you're throwing a
you do that a
fastball and
couple, yeah, you do
drop a
that a
hammer.
couple times. I think you do that a couple times, and it'll throw them right up, and it'll make them almost abandon that.
Sure, but he didn't do that. Is the problem, and the
If
problem too is when
you get
you're like,
two and two thirds of an inning,
yeah,
that
but
means you're up, you're down, you're up,
yeah,
you're down,
yeah,
and then you're back
yeah,
up, and you maybe figured out there, but
yeah. But like you should have known that coming in because it was a thing, and everyone around the league knew it.
absolutely.
So you got to know as both the
But you
coaches
know what?
and
Then
him.
yeah, I was gonna say that that's a manager
Yeah,
thing
it's
to,
not
to
it's
not
not
put
just
it
on
as
Tyler
right.
Glass now. If they relayed the message and they said, "Listen, buddy, this is going on. We need to fix this," and he didn't, then it's entirely on Glass now. But it's as of for what we know, it's on all the coaching staff and even his teammates. Some of them, man. Like if you're a more experienced guy like Snell or like
But
Morton, like you need to be like, "Hey, dude, like this is what's happening. You're gonna
they're gonna
get hit hard if you don't stop this."
they're
Especially
gonna
Morton.
trust
Morton's played with these guys. He's like, look, dude, I know these guys. They're picking
right,
up on it. They're smart hitters. They're gonna hit you if you don't change.
right, smart hitters that are gonna win the World Series.
I don't see it, but
What's going on in that game, anyways?
it's still 2-2. I think they just ended the bottom of the 10th. They're going to the 11th.
Damn,
Yeah, close game.
what's happening?
What's here? Oh, dude, can we talk about the Dodgers? It's just like
Where?
I hate this team, and I love watching them lose. Don't get me wrong, but it is so painful for them to blow these series because of their manager every single goddamn year.
So you go from back-to-back World Series appearances where Clayton Kershaw was not the man,
Not good. Not good.
and
He's not good in the
and then
playoffs.
you decide, okay, this is a pretty pivotal moment
Hmm.
against a team that's
Hmm.
really, really good at hitting right now.
In the eighth inning,
In the eighth inning,
you need to get through two more.
where Kershaw,
Two.
like Kershaw is a starter. Like
Yeah. He doesn't
needs
relieve.
Kershaw needs some
He's done it
time, I
twice.
think, to get in the zone. Yeah,
He's
like
done it
this one's
twice in his career.
right. There's
That's
a
it.
reason.
Yes. He's used to starting. He's in that role. And
Case
your move, instead of
case in
going
point.
to a guy like Joe Kelly, who throws 100 miles an hour and can get you an inning, or Kenley Jansen, who's been the best closer in the game sometimes.
Right, but
Your move is to go to Clayton Kershaw.
did Joe Kelly? I think
Joe
Joe
Kelly,
Kelly.
he gave up the grand slam, but
Yeah,
he went an entire inning before that, locked it
right.
down, three out, three down, boom, away we go.
Okay.
That's all you needed Joe Kelly to do. All you needed was, for hindsight, yes, you can say Joe Kelly blew it, but even in the time, you can look at that game and be like, why the fuck are you putting Clayton Kershaw, a starter, over Joe Kelly, who's typically one of the better relievers in the game as far as non-closers go? Like, he's normally one of the better
Because
relievers.
you are Dave Roberts, and you are
An
trust
idiot,
me,
an
your gut.
idiot,
You
just
are
a fuck.
going with
And
your boy.
his gut has been wrong
You
for
know what this?
4 straight
You know
seasons.
what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, and it's a I don't care how much talent I have
Oh,
everywhere. It is you and I versus the world, and that
oh
is
my
it.
God. Dude,
And
it's just like it's so
everybody is
painful.
suffering.
It's so painful because Dave Roberts does this year after year, and he's the worst manager in baseball. I'm sorry. He has no idea how to manage the game. No clue. He doesn't
Well,
have
okay,
to. He doesn't have to in the regular season because it does not matter. You throw whoever the hell you want. You're gonna win 2 out of the 3 games probably because your team is gross.
you're the
But
Dodgers.
when you're in the playoffs and you're against the best teams in the game, you need to manage your team. And he has no idea how to manage that team. He's been exposed for 4 straight years and they do nothing. The
Absolutely.
first thing that the Dodgers organization did after that series was like, we stand behind Dave Roberts. He's coming back next season. I'm like, well, there goes your chance at next year's title. Thank you. I appreciate
Because
it. Thanks for
because
letting other teams win.
just wait till they miss the World Series, or sorry, even miss the playoffs next year.
But they won't because that team's so good.
Right, absolutely. But just like if this is the trajectory that we're headed in,
Yeah. I,
then
I I would love to see them not make the playoffs, but like
that
that
would just
lineup,
I think that would just be like the actual like you know what I mean like
that's the
the tipping
nail in the
point right
coffin
there.
for him. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
is it
cheers.
though?
But that
Hopefully,
shouldn't be the case. Like your goal every year is to win the
right,
World Series.
right.
Your
Okay,
goal
but did
isn't
you
to
really
be
think that? Did you really think that Boston would have missed the playoffs this year, and
no, but
especially
they
in a
won it
division?
last year, and it's like,
Okay,
okay,
but in
yeah,
a
I can
division
see what
like
you're
okay,
saying. Like, yeah,
coming
okay,
from our division, like
yeah.
that we have a really weak division.
But we also have the Yankees and the Rays. We
Right,
had three.
but you play Baltimore and you play us
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
a
But
ton, a ton, a
they play
ton.
what? They play the Padres, the Rockies, who were no, not the Rockies.
No, the
Uh,
Padres.
the Giants.
No, what
Is
do you
they
mean?
not? Yeah, they're in the Giants division.
No, they're not. Who?
No, sorry, the Dodgers.
Oh, the
They played
Dodgers. Yeah,
the
sorry.
Giants, the Padres. The Diamondbacks, and I thought it was the Rockies, but could be wrong.
You could be right.
Either way, there's some not good teams there. Like the Padres aren't great; they never are. The Giants
Right.
were okay this year, but like they also
Look,
play
I'm
some
not
shit.
saying that they look. They'll
They
probably win it
clinched
because
this
the whole team's
division
home.
like
Yes, eight
six
of
months
yeah,
ago.
absolutely. But there is years that they don't.
Right, but like you're gonna have this same lineup
What's
next
this
year, and
division look like?
odds are they make it back. They also have Kershaw again, and Bueller and
Bueller
Ryu.
is going to be ridiculous.
Who cares who you fill out the rest of the thing with? Because you have three.
Probably
So
some off-season
they have so
ridiculousness.
much money that they can just throw it all at everyone. Garrett Cole's going to come to the Dodgers because why not? So now you have
Wow.
the AL Cy Young
You
runner
don't
up.
think Mad Bum?
Even you know what you could. I don't know if you'd go to the Dodgers after being a Giant, but
Yeah, I'm
I
looking
don't
at this
know.
division. This division's awful.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Okay, but I don't know. I like the Rockies are. I wouldn't say the Rockies are bad.
they can't pitch.
That's
They've
an
never
issue.
been able to pitch.
But
Like they've got
pitching at Coors
Arenado.
Field is
Oh,
ridiculous.
it's hard, but
Like the
it's hard for
hardest.
the other team that comes in too, and they still can't manage to win games.
No, of course
And
not.
it's not hard to pitch on the road, and they still can't manage to do that either. They just can't put pitching staffs together, and it's really weird. But like,
They were like a hot team like 2 years ago.
yeah, they made the playoffs last year.
Right.
And, I
San
mean,
Francisco
they have
seems like
some
a possible.
stars.
I don't know, man. Arizona always is kind of there. Like there's just
Arizona's the
you
most
know.
average team in the league. They're like
I guess
consistently
the
500.
Dodgers did. The Dodgers did come from 106 win season. Yeah, that's
I,
not going to regress.
I don't know if it ended up like this, but there was
Okay, but do you not think
there
the
was a point.
Padres? Sorry, do you not think the Padres end up more competitive though?
Yeah, eventually, not next year. I don't think. Maybe in a couple of years. But
Right.
so the Diamondbacks were. I think it was they only spent 6 days where they weren't within one game of 500 this year. It's like they're the most average team in all the league.
I love
So
that.
yeah, it's incredible. They're just consistent.
They're
Not
great.
good.
Yeah.
Not good,
They
but consistent.
get rid of Goldie.
Yeah.
Get rid of
And
Granky.
you're still the same team, so
Still
who
pretty all
cares?
right. Yeah.
Um,
Screw it.
it's just I don't understand. Like for the Dodgers, your goal is to win the World Series, right? It's nothing else. There's no other
Yeah,
goal, right?
right. But Washington is not an easy team
No, I'm not saying that by any means. I'm
to.
saying so what they've done for 4 straight years now is they've been content being the best team in their division, or for most of the years it's been the best team in the league. And they've been
Right.
content with that. And they get into the playoffs, and you can clearly see that Dave Roberts can't do it.
Right.
So why is your move now not to be like, yeah, cheers, dude, you're gone? Because like it's 4 years. It's not like and one off. It's like it's
Because
been 4 years of
I
this.
know, but how do you ship a coach out where you've gone to back World Series and then this year you go to game
The Raptors
5?
shipped out the head coach of the year. So like
Right. No, but
it's just not working. It wasn't
that was
working for
definitely
them.
needed. If you were getting
Right.
Kawhi,
And it's definitely needed for them, man.
no, but you're gonna keep the same team, like you said. So why is it need? Like they don't care then. Like they're gonna play and they're gonna
Here,
do the
okay.
same thing. They're gonna have a 100-win season again. They're gonna have
They shipped
another
out Dwayne
MVP.
Casey. They shipped out Dwayne Casey before they picked up Kawhi, right?
I'm sure the intent was already there. The phone
Yeah,
calls were like
so
everything was already there.
but still, like yes, you're looking to pick up Kawhi, but you knew, but even if you
Okay,
weren't going to get
but
Kawhi, that you needed to change the
but
dressing
the
room, that you
difference
needed to
was that
change the
this is the
style.
first year. This is the first year that the Dodgers have missed the World Series out of 3 seasons, where
No, it's not.
The
They got
Raptors never.
they
What?
missed the World Series the not last year and the year before, but the one before that they
I
also
just
missed.
said that in the last 3 seasons.
That's
I'm
okay.
saying now in the
Okay.
last 3 seasons.
Okay. I thought you meant for the last.
No,
Yeah, I thought you
no.
okay.
Now out of the last three
So
seasons,
so two of the last three they
they
made.
just missed the World Series.
Okay,
So
but
you cannot
they
go and
should have
justify firing a long term
very
manager
well
there.
can, because your goal isn't to make it. Your goal is to win it.
Okay, this is the first year that they didn't come close to it.
Tell me right now that if there was a decent manager behind that bench, they wouldn't have won the World Series at least one of the last 2 years.
I don't think so.
I think they would have had at least one more.
You think so? You think
Yeah,
that last
100%, dude. Yeah,
year the Sox don't win it,
no,
and the year
maybe
before that the
the
Astros
year
don't
before
win
that
it.
was the Astros. The Astros looked really good, but
Astros win it.
AJ Hinch did a good job.
Right.
And who was it?
I don't think he's being outmanaged though, and I don't think
Oh,
they're being out hit, and
Al-
goes back to my point of the Astros being that ridiculously good. That was the year they went out and got Verlander.
Yeah.
As
No,
well. So like,
last year they got Verlander. Was it
no,
not?
no,
This is
the year
his
they won the
first.
World
I
Series. No,
swear
he
this
won
is
the
his
World
first
Series with them.
season.
No, he won the World Series with them.
All right, I'll look it up. You keep talking.
Okay, but I don't think that the manager changes a lot of those decisions or collapses from the World Series. What?
Dude, did you watch the
Okay.
last two World Series, man?
Yes,
He made
but
so many bonehead moves that led to runs.
you ran into a good and a really good coach and a really talented Houston team the first time.
Okay, that one, sure. Maybe you
I
take
don't
a
think they
loss
were
there.
not as good.
Like,
Boston, my goodness, Boston could just one after the other hit, and then
yeah,
go to
I
the
get it. So can the Dodgers. Like,
right.
that's
But no,
the Dodgers are the better team. The Dodgers are the better roster every
right,
year.
okay, but
Like, they were better last year than they were this year. They had Machado on there, for God's sakes.
I don't know if Machado makes you better.
Dude, like
He's
they were
I don't know if his
really
whole
good
like
last year.
demeanor, you know what I mean.
You were correct, by the way. His first, Verlander did win the World Series with him. Good job. Proud of you.
Yes, because that's why they did it, and that was the whole deal with it. And Kate Upton was so happy.
Justin Verlander just always winning, eh?
Winning, just well done, sir. Well done.
Hmm?
Said well done, sir.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel so bad for Dodgers fans. I mean, I hate the Dodgers. Don't get me wrong. I do not like watching the Dodgers win, but I
don't know
just
if I feel bad for them.
so
I
bad.
feel like the fans. Sorry.
Yep.
I feel like the fans support them
Late
just
night
as much.
version.
Absolutely, yeah. Getting way late. But no, I feel like the fans I kind of support just as much, and
I know, but
It's
like
going back
that's
to
gotta
that.
suck, dude. At least coming into our seasons as a Jays fans, we know we're gonna suck. Like, there's not very many years where we're like,
Right.
okay, well, maybe this is
Okay.
the
But we
year.
could maybe be a little
What?
better.
We know we could be, but like, you know what? We came into this season going, hey, you know what? We're probably gonna beat the Orioles, and that's it. Am I wrong? Like, was there a point when you're
No,
like, no, we could be the third, second place
no,
team? No,
no,
God, no.
not
You
even a
know
little
what
bit.
we are. We know what we
Yeah.
are. We're not expecting anything.
We just know we have the Orioles.
Dodgers fans look at this and be like, hey, we've been to back-to-back World Series. We got better. We got this team. Bueller's in his second year. We can win
Right.
this thing. And you manage yourself out of the World Series. Thank you. Cheers. Like, come on. That's so painful. Like, I feel so bad, man. Like, especially like Clayton Kershaw. He's never gonna win a World Series because they're gonna keep Dave
Same.
Roberts there. As long
No.
as they have Dave Roberts there, they're not gonna win a World Series.
You
Mark my
think
words, man.
you think Kershaw always stays there?
He doesn't have how much career do you think he has left?
I don't know.
He's already on the decline. Like
Okay,
his
but
numbers are getting like slowly worse.
even if he goes to just a different atmosphere on it, different team
Are
on it.
you gonna be the team that trades Clayton Kershaw? No,
I mean, you're the team that kept
no.
apparently Dave Roberts, so
You know what? They're right. They do make some stupid moves.
you're the
I,
Dodgers.
how old do you think Kershaw is?
Isn't he like 33?
He's 31.
31.
So he's not that old.
So how much career do you think he has left?
He's got a little bit of career left. I'm wrong.
Right.
He's played a lot of baseball though. Like he's been in the playoffs pretty much every year.
Absolutely has, but and he knows that his role is going to be a little diminished. Like he's not even. I don't even think he's looking at being the best option anymore. He's just looking at being like consistent, like top three of the rotation, right?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
you have Bueller who's going to take that over. You have Ryu who's figured it back out from having surgery,
How
and now
gross? How gross is this? Sorry.
no
He's
hit
got
it.
3 Cy Young awards. He's finished in the top five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. He's finished in the top three 6 times. He's so good.
Yes.
There's no way this guy's not the best pitcher of our generation, right? Like this is our Sandy Koufax.
Oh, I would completely. But like he's got. I think you got to win something. I get that point.
I mean, yeah.
But like you gotta. I don't know. I think you kind of have to win at least one. Like, are you
Yeah.
gonna go? But then I think that would honestly be the best player throughout any sport to never win
Yeah.
a championship. Like if he goes down
Yeah.
without a championship, that will be the best player
Yeah.
throughout any. Because think about how dominant he was and how like
Oh, dude, there was a
when it.
season he had a 1.77 ERA, a
Yes.
.857 WHIP.
Yes. Like
He's
God
he's
damn.
had he's had a season where he had 300 strikeouts.
And like so, this is also a time though where the Giants weren't they in their like World Series heydays?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and that's the team in your division. So like, and you're still competing with them, and you're still like, and that's Clayton
It's nuts.
Kershaw.
It's nuts.
And then when you get to the
It's
playoffs, he just,
so good. He's just not. He's just no longer Clayton Kershaw. Like
I wonder,
he's got a career 4.43 ERA in the playoffs,
I wonder
a
at what point,
1.1 WHIP. Like, oh my.
I wonder at what point he's just gonna look and say, no, not this inning.
Clayton, get in there. No, coach.
Yeah,
I I don't think that's the right move, pal.
looks over
You
at
gotta
Dave
have
Roberts and goes, no, that's the wrong name.
do you
Kelly,
not like your job or
he
what?
knows
Like
it's safe. It's cushy. He's fine there.
coach, you're gonna get fired.
Okay,
Are you sure?
okay. So
Okay,
then,
here we
hang on
go.
though. With Dave Roberts, if you're saying you want Dave Roberts gone,
Yes.
who are you pulling in to replace that to come in there? Are you gonna say Madden?
No, Madden got exposed when he was with the
Yeah,
Cubs. That doesn't get
absolutely.
talked about enough. He was not
No,
very good in the playoffs.
no, the Cubs just kind of hit their way out of that.
I know, but he
And
also made some
like,
really strange moves, like with his bullpen, and I'm like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
he like leaving Chapman in there way too
Yeah,
long.
he just did some weird shit, and like he kept using Chapman a lot,
Yep.
and I'm like, man, what?
But you know
What?
why though? Because you gave up Gleyber
Yeah,
Torres.
yeah. Oof. That was the
And
best
plus,
move the Yankees ever made. Oh my god!
okay, but I mean,
And then they
World
brought him back.
Series or World Series or
I'll let you know after the end of this year when Gleyber Torres leads the team in RBIs and they win the World Series.
I'll let you know when they come so close to winning the World Series, but they LA Dodger this and
I don't know, man. Aaron Boone's doing a pretty good job.
oh, absolutely.
I'm
So
really impressed with Boone, especially today when like you can tell Paxton didn't have it, and he's like, "Fuck it, here we go, third inning, new pitcher."
this
I'm
game's
like,
still going.
shout out Aaron Boone for having the balls to do that.
Is this game still on its
Yeah,
way?
top 11, 2 out, 2 guys on for Gary Sanchez, 1-2 count.
See, I told you they're just.
I feel like so this when we started this podcast, it was the 9th, and I feel like the podcast might end before the game ends, and it's already been 45 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think
Crazy.
we're running out of things.
We're running on steam here, but we have one more thing to talk about for sure, and there's not a lot to talk about, but it was announced. When was that?
Yesterday, 2 days ago.
I think it was 2 days.
I sent it to you.
Yeah. Let's just say Saturday for argument's sake. So Tyler Skaggs.
We get into a lot of sports arguments, so
yeah, you're gonna have to scroll, but I'll just keep talking. So Tyler Skaggs, I mean, if you watch baseball at all, you know he passed away in July, August. I really should have looked up a little more on Tyler Skaggs before I did this.
Sorry, it was Saturday. Yes,
it was Saturday. Okay,
yeah,
so he passed away back in the middle of the summer, and it was undisclosed of how he passed for a while. But then the autopsy revealed that he had oxy in his bloodstream, and when he died, and I think it was like a lethal dose of it. Whatever. I don't even. I'm not 100% sure on the facts, so don't quote me on. Yeah. So it came out Saturday. The Angels came out and admitted that not only did they know about Skaggs' trouble with drugs and everything he was going through, but they also supplied him with the drugs at times.
Yeah, I'm almost certain they even said witnessed as well. Yeah. Him crushing it and snorting it.
That's so like.
So you're
good for the Angels, man, stepping up, being honest about it. Great. You know what? Your conscience is clear. You were honest. You knew it sucks. I'm sure this has been weighing on everyone in that organization for a while, being like, you know what? We probably could have done something about this.
Oh, I'm sure there was probably at least 4 people saying, like, no, we take this to the grave. And then there are those who actually,
they're not. Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm sure for those 4, for anyone that wasn't those 4 people saying, don't bring this up, this has got to be killing you even now, because it's like this guy, we knew what this guy was going through and we didn't help him. And that's a shitty feeling. It's such a shitty thing for an organization that doesn't need it.
Like, you're almost like an accessory at that point. Like, it's almost the same thing as like you pretty much lobbied him up for it.
Well, it's like Michael Jackson.
Right, that's what I was.
Same idea, right? The guy that supplied him, there was his personal doctor or something, right?
Enough. Yep.
Same idea. You're the exact same situation. Yeah. Like same situation, and it sucks, man. Like.
So it was actually Canada Day that he was found in his
July. Okay. So I was right. Yeah. All right. I mean, there's not really a whole.
So the autopsy wasn't even released till August 30th, so almost 2 months.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like, because that's all of July, all of August, and then.
There's really not much we can say about the situation.
No, it's just really like I find it unfortunate that's kind of. That's being allowed to kind of go on, but like good for them for stepping up, right? Because I think there's other moments like where people have passed away where the team is just kind of like obviously said like these are our condolences, like this is so sad, but it's like they don't really take any responsibility, which I guess like you don't have to. At the end of the day, they are supposed to be adults.
Yep.
But like these are your players. Like if
they were loyal to you.
Yeah. So like. Yeah, because like if you go to the NFL with Josh Gordon, like Josh Gordon has had a substance abuse problem for years and years and years. Like even when he was in college, like he's admitted that. Yeah. And not until he get to the Patriots organization did they stick with him.
Yeah.
And even when he was suspended for 2 years, like he came back, got suspended, came back again, suspended again. Like 2 years they sat with him, and they said like we're gonna stick with you and work through this. And like to go and say that and like to support your player like that, I think
it's great. I love it.
You need to do more of that. Like I think now the MLB is going to have a much stricter drug conduct, and probably for testing and stuff like that, and they're gonna have more of like, you'll probably see some sort of support organization open up for it too, like helping those players. I think even for ex players as well who kind of gone out of the league and
this could be a turning point for the Angels too, right? Like this is like, even if you have those feelings of like, you know what, we could have done something differently, we could have saved this guy's life. That's going to be a turning point where you're like, you know what, we can stop this from continuing, and we can help these players get through this without dealing with drugs and without having to deal with any of this stuff.
Because I feel like it is obvious that there like happens in the league, right? Like it's amongst everybody, like a good portion of players.
You're playing 162 games a year in 180 days. Like, you're going to be in some pain. You're going to have a lot of painkillers. A lot of people are going to be depressed. There's just so many guys in the league that there's percentages will tell you that there's a lot of guys in that league that are going to be depressed, especially when you're dealing with millions of fans and you're letting them down twice, 3 times a week, depending on how you do, 7 times a week if you're having a tough week. And so, there's going to be a lot of guys that are not at their best, and they're going to turn to drugs.
I just think that the whole like turn a blind eye method is starting to phase out. It's phasing out though.
You can't do it anymore.
No, it's starting to come to an end though, because players, like, all the stories are coming out now. Everybody gets hold of any sort of information. Like, there's really no secrets anymore.
Well, look at Fernandez, man. Like, everyone, like, when he died, Jose Fernandez, he, like, when it first came out, we're like, oh my God, this is so tragic, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's so young, blah, blah, blah. And then the whole story came out, and he turned into the villain like that.
Yeah, because it was not a good scene. They did not paint a pretty picture.
No, it's just so bad. It looked bad on him, and it's like you can't have that, man.
No, like, but they waited. I find it like these teams wait for like weird moments or like dull moments to come out and say, like, hey, this is actually what happened, right? Because I remember when like Fernandez passed away, and it was like D. Gordon hit that home run like first at bat, right? Like, came up there and just crushed it.
That was one of the most emotional like 4 days in the MLB I've ever seen. Astros just won it.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, Carlos Correa walk-off tater.
Oh my God, let's go! What did I say?
Sickest celebration too. He's like, he hits it and he kind of just wait. He I don't know if he flipped the bat. I didn't see that yet, but he's like walking down the line with his hand to his ear, just like giving him like, yeah, fuck yeah, I did that. He basketball shoots the fucking helmet into the crowd on the way back too. Just sick.
Love it.
Oh man.
Okay, so my legitimate prediction though is the Houston Astros. You can say the Yankees.
Astros? I think the Yankees. So it's coming out of the AL is what we're saying. Eh? You don't think that the Nats will take it?
No, man. I think Nats are catching a really, really hot. They're a really hot team right now.
Counting out the Cardinals, but
but like, no, they're gonna make quick work of the Cardinals. They I think you get a lot of momentum from the Dodgers, but like the issue is right now you don't want to be too rested and take it too easy, and I feel like that's kind of what's happening with the Nationals. Like, they don't look like they're panicked ever, but they don't ever look like, I don't even know if they got to kick up that extra gear now and just like get wins, and like you know what I mean. Like, I feel like the Yankees slapping in a 7-0 victory right off the hop is like a, hey, we're here to win this thing, absolutely, which is where your confidence come from. But I think this right here is going to be the whole, like, Verlander just came out, pitched a gem. They now went to 11. Cole's going to come out, I think, outperforms. Who's going? Severino?
Sevy.
Yeah, I think he's going to
Sevy's been a good playoff pitcher, though. So.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But it'll
be a good game.
Yeah, it'll be a great series. But that's where
it's going to be an incredible series. Oh.
But that's where I think that they're going to come out with way more momentum and like swinging in hot, because they just, you know what I mean? They just have their pretty much their championship fight right there. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be good no matter what.
That whole home run, the whole trot.
I'm going to YouTube where we're going to be on. But
where you find us. When you're done watching us, you can go watch that home run too.
I'm going to go watch it as soon as it gets posted up there.
All right.
Maybe we can beat them.
I think that's it for baseball, right? We're done.
I think we're doing it.
We've covered it all.
We've done it all for baseball.
If you haven't already, check out the website, bEHssports.com. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all at bEHsports. And yeah, subscribe, like this video if you like what you hear, all that fun stuff.
Wherever it is, if he puts it anywhere.
Somewhere. I don't know which one of us is on that side, but it's down there. Click that subscribe button. Click subscribe. Share it. Give us a share. You know, all that fun stuff.
Help us out.
All right. See you next week.
Have a good one.
Cheers.